My name's John Andrews. I'm a member of the Madison College Aesthetics Committee, and about a year ago we were given the opportunity to create some artwork for our Commercial Avenue campus. Traditionally it had been a sort of technical, vocational commercial site, and recently it went through some refurbishing, and they had need of artwork for the hallways. So a lot of the times the aesthetics committee will find or purchase artwork, but this was an opportunity for us to look through some archival images and create some posters specifically for this site. This whole process, we had a meeting, and Robin G. from downstairs in the administration office, who had possession of most of the pictures, brought those in, and we culled through 3 or 4 hours of old prints, both black and white and color photographs, as well as slides. And what we were trying to look for were action photos, instead of just pictures of classes and graduating groups and static images. We really wanted to have pictures that showed people doing things, because that's kind of how we envisioned that building. So that was kind of a problem, because back in the old days it was hard to shoot action photos. You were sort of shooting with large box cameras instead of the high-tech digital cameras that we have today. So we were able to find a pretty good collection of people doing things. The second part of that process then was whittling it down and kind of organizing groups of pictures, because the design goal was to have a montage for each of our posters. I mean, early on we planned that these posters would be large 4-foot by 8-foot panels, and we'd create 2 panels for a hallway that would be vertical, and we'd create 8 to 10 or 12 larger horizontal images. So we had to find the photos, and then the second part was scanning the images and putting them into a sort of a digital format that we could take into Photoshop and add color to it and colorize it and clean it up and things like that. Scanning process was kind of interesting on its own, in that it had to take these small images that were kind of grainy. They weren't all beautiful photographs, or they were small slides, and taking them into a format where they were going to blow up 20 times their size, or sometimes 30 times their size, into large poster images. So the scanning, it was like 5 minutes to scan each image and crop it and clean it up. And the other thing that we decided was we wanted to print the photographs on a sort of architectural or constructive background. So we decided to use a stainless steel, chrome, aluminum type of surface. And for that to look interesting, we needed to have photographs that were sort of washed out on the light side, so that aluminum would show through. So that's something that's kind of unique about the artwork, in that the posters have a very sort of commercial construction, business kind of look to them. We also wanted to use a duotone process, meaning that each photo would have a black ink and then a color ink as well. And we chose colors that were part of the decor or the design of the Commercial Avenue site, which was kind of a navy blue and a magenta. So within each poster, again, there's 3 different images, and one is blue, and then its neighboring image is maroon, and then the next one is kind of blue. So we just staggered it, and again, that gave it both a sort of a contemporary feel, but also a vintage quality because of the old photos. Technology has advanced to a stage now where these large murals or photos can be printed on just about anything. We went to Suttle Strauss, which is in Wanakee, and again supplied them with a digital file. Each file was about 100 gig. It was a very large file, but they were able to print these things again on large 4 by 8 foot panels, and just that process of not really knowing what the finished product is going to look like is always a little bit unnerving, but you're hoping that the finished print will look the way you designed it, the way that it looked on your monitor. And Subtle Strauss was super professional, and all along the way, the process and the final printed product looked exactly the way it was designed. So I was really happy with the results. So I finally had a chance last week to go down to the Commercial Avenue building and see the images installed and hung up, and that's always an interesting part of the process on its own. There were a couple different ways that it could have been done. The images could have been sort of equally spaced out along the hallway, but instead they were arranged as groupings of 2 or 3 murals. Like I said, there were 2 in the hallway, and then in different parts of the building, 2 or 3 were grouped together. So I think that was a real interesting way to arrange it, and not exactly what I expected, but I thought it looked really nice. So I'm real happy with the results of the whole project.